As is well known, Escape Room is a highly challenging escape game. To successfully escape from an escape room, one not only needs to have meticulous observation skills, but also possess logical and rigorous reasoning abilities. However, the Smith family completely lacks the above two qualities. If they were sent into an escape room, how on earth would they manage to escape? One day, when Stan was getting off work, he unexpectedly received a coupon for an escape room. Steve wasn't interested in it at all and left the living room directly. But Stan thought that since there was a discount, he definitely had to give it a try. So, without hesitation, he took his family and headed to the address on the coupon. They arrived at a terrifying psychiatric lab, which belonged to the Mad Doctor. Unlike other escape rooms, this game had no time limit. The game started soon. The Smith family had to pretend to be prisoners imprisoned in the lab by the Mad Doctor, and they had to escape before the Mad Doctor came back. But for the Smith family who don't like to think too much, this game was like solving a math problem that was way beyond their level. They used all the equipment in the lab. 6 hours passed, but they still made no progress. Haley didn't know what to do next, and suddenly she felt that the restraint chair was really comfortable to sit on. Francine also lay down, and that bloodstained table actually made her feel extremely relaxed. Stan also relaxed. Since getting the coupon, they had been on edge. Since there was no time limit for the game, they decided to start enjoying themselves. At this time, the manager of the escape room couldn't stand it anymore. He asked them over the intercom if they needed any hints. Stan firmly refused. He paid to be here, so why should he rush to get out? This was an escape room after all, and what they were escaping from now were those boring pieces of furniture at home. Since changing their mindset, the escape room had completely become their home. Klaus took a bath in a beaker. Roger played with syringes as if they were darts. And Francine even did the laundry for Stan. Stan and Haley even used the operating table as a ping-pong table. The manager finally couldn't bear it any longer and urged them to leave through the intercom. It turned out that the Smith family had already been in the escape room for half a month. Although Stan still didn't want to leave, the manager knew that their food was almost running out. In the end, Stan had to give in. The manager opened the door, wondering how he could get this family to leave.
Tom, now!
The next second, Tom brought food on a cart. Stan thought he was smarter than the Mad Doctor. Now that they had food again, they could definitely stay on. A few days later, when Stan was playing a game, the manager walked into the room. Since the escape room had been in a loss-making state all the time, they decided not to renew the lease, and the venue was going to be closed. The landlord had already found a server company to take over. Stan still refused to leave. He thought it was a conspiracy of the Mad Doctor. The president of the server company didn't want to deal with these crazy people. After setting up the servers, he left. After the servers started running, the Smith family felt hotter and hotter. They wanted to get out, but found that the door just wouldn't open.